Tiger Stadium playing LSU, defending national champs. Had them on the ropes, obviously, and had them not just on the ropes, ahead and with the ball, went ahead. So, make 2 first downs. They'd wasted all their timeouts. Make 2 first downs and win the game. And so it's really tough to deal with just because things were aligned so well. We discussed it all week. We haven't played for 3 weeks, and I think you saw that early on. We looked really rusty, especially after the first series on offense. And it's just frustrating, these games, because, going, all right, hey, we're going to win 4 straight, in 5 and 4, and beat LSU, and, great start to, this turnaround. And we don't finish it. We turn the ball over 6 times, so usually if you turn the ball over 6 and you're -5, you're not even in a discussion about being it, let alone being ahead in the 4th quarter. So, and, without Kenny and Elijah, our 2 most productive players, I think that, you saw that. I think, in the passing game, I would have expected, us to have better numbers. That was their weakness. They'd really struggled on defense in the back end, and so it's really a shame because we had them, and you're not going to get many opportunities like that. You're certainly not going to get opportunities where, opt-outs, COVID, and an almost empty stadium in LSU. That ain't going to happen again. So just really frustrated, and so we're not really big on guys played hard, and we played 94 snaps of defense and all that stuff. Don't matter. We've been here too long now for that. We need to win games, and we didn't do that.
Start with Nick.
Lane, you talked about finishing. You've talked about it a lot this season. Is that something that can be taught to players, or do you think that's just kind of something innate?
I don't know. We talk about it, obviously, but you just got to make the plays. We get manage situations better, too. We wasted 2 timeouts in the first half on defense. We wasted 1 at the end there on offense, and, like to pride ourselves that we don't do that, and we did. They were out of timeouts, in the 4th quarter. So, had we not wasted that 1 timeout also, even after all the bad stuff that happened in the last turnover by Matt, we still would have had 1 extra one to stop them. They would have had to punt the ball back to us. So just really frustrated, especially because we did come all the way back, down 16. We go on a 28-6 run, which was awesome. The energy, the sidelines, it was all great. It was all aligned to, be a great story and a great ending to the regular season. And, especially I thought it would have meant a lot to do that without Kenny, and especially without Elijah, just to show guys stepping up. But we didn't finish it.
That drive with about 5.5 to go, kind of reminiscent of the Auburn game, just kind of what went through the coaching staff. What were you guys trying to do with that last drive there?
Yeah, you're right, Nick. Same thing I said. Felt just like the Auburn game, which is frustrated to come back, to take the lead, get the ball back with the lead, and, you don't finish it. We waste a timeout, take a sack, false start. So just not really good-looking football, which, is very frustrating from the head coach.
Parrish Alford.
Lane, you mentioned rust. Is that what you thought was going on with Matt and the interceptions in the first half?
Yeah, I'm not making excuses, but I did feel like that, which I was nervous about, that we hadn't played for so long. Kind of like, I think when we played Vanderbilt, they were in the same situation. I felt like that with them, missed tackles, timing, and also, not making excuses, Elijah not being there, and guys playing new spots. Mingo had to play inside, which, he really hadn't done. So I think Matt will be the first one to tell you he didn't play very well. Competed really hard. He probably was, an example of what our team was. We didn't execute really well, didn't do the right things at times, but, played really hard, competed really hard, tried to win, but, didn't do the other things right.
The running game looked like you had more success with it in the second half. What did you see there?
Well, we'd said, we got to wear these guys down and get the play count up. They were thin, I think Ed said 48 or something scholarship players is all they had, and so sometimes it happens, with tempo. It takes a while to get going, and we did do that and did start to run the ball really well in the second half. I mean, Matt, 158 yards rushing himself. So, and they were, you know, trying to stop the pass game, obviously, with lighter boxes, and you got to run when they do that, you know.
What has Henry Parrish done to kind of elevate himself and get more opportunities down the stretch?
You know, just makes plays when he goes in there, and has always done that in practice, and now that we put him in games, makes the first guy miss almost all the time, and made a really good catch on the screenplay. So he's got a very bright future here.
All right, we'll go to Courtney.
Lane, just going into this season, obviously more complicated than any coach would probably have in their normal first year, but wrapping up the regular season, how do you kind of summarize your experience?
Well, I think up and down. You know, we started slow in some areas, you know, which, you know, spring ball, first-year staff, and then hit a run of playing really well and should have finished that off tonight, you know, with 4 straight wins. So it's been a crazy year, just like not playing in 3 weeks, you know, and then all of a sudden playing down here. So just wish we could have finished on a better note for the players, especially the older guys. And it was there. We had all the chances to do it, and you're not going to get many chances like that. So just really unfortunate, and this one's gonna hurt for a while, especially because there's no more regular season games to go play. So figure out where we're going to a bowl game, which is great for our program to be in a bowl game. I think first time in 5 years. So I'm not really positive right now, but I guess there are some positives if you go back and look at the whole season.
Obviously, a bowl game's not going to happen for a couple more weeks, so how do you kind of not let rust affect your team again, trying to get a bowl win this year?
Well, I don't know where we're going in the dates, and some of these bowl games are coming up pretty quick, so it won't. I don't think it'll be the, you know, it used to be like a month layoff. It's not going to be like that no matter what, because I think the furthest one out would be the second. So we'll just, you know, figure out the best plan.
All right, one more question. We'll go to Tyler.
Lane, obviously, Matt Corral had 4 first-half turnovers. What did you tell him in the locker room, if anything?
Well, we talked more throughout, you know, the first half, just about decision-making, and I didn't think we put him in the best situation a few times, you know, like the pick on 3rd down. You know, we didn't have a real good play call versus press across the board, and, you know, it was getting ready to change, clock was running down, so I don't think we did a great job as a staff today.
All right, thank you, Coach.